Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Film Club podcast, where we deep dive into different aspects of cinema, directors, genres, actors, or franchises. It doesn't matter, because it's always fun at the Film Club. I'm Dean.
I'm Becky.
And today we are continuing on our film journey, going through the works of Guillermo Del Toro with his second film,
Mimic.
And we have a guest for this episode, our first guest of the series. Why don't you tell everyone who you are?
First guest of the year.
First guest of the year.
Oh, gosh. Wow. Hi, I'm Rene. My name's Rene Bravo. I also host a podcast of my own called Keeping Up with the Nerds.
A more successful podcast than
Give them a follow.
than Joe Rogan could even imagine.
Oh, yeah. Joe
Wish,
wishes.
but yes, please.
You know, I'm just saying, Rogan, if you're out there, you just let me know. I can get Rene on. He has a lot to say.
Yeah.
About Mimic specifically.
Yes. Oh gosh, mind you, I haven't seen this movie. I think since I was a little kid. I think I've seen the trailer of this movie more because this trailer was attached to a VHS tape copy of The Crow I had when I was a kid.
Yep.
And I would put that on so many times, and I would just see the mimic, and I'm like, okay. And I think one time I saw it at my local video store, and I just took a chance and I watched it. But I saw this cut though.
Oh, okay, that's right, because
Yeah.
you saw the theatrical cut.
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Okay, and this is the director's cut that we're reviewing right now, and we're gonna get into why Del Toro has a director's cut soon. But I guess so. You've only seen Mimic like the one time before
one time
this.
when I was a kid, and I remember watching it with my dad, and my dad didn't care for it, so I was like, okay. Well, he didn't want to watch it again, so I was like, okay, cool. And then I think I grew on, and it didn't impact me. I think that says something about the movie. But and then watching this again, I was like, oh, okay. So and then there was we'll talk more about it.
Yeah. We'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be real. I didn't know this was a movie.
Oh, really?
Because I knew Del Toro of Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, the more famous-y stuff, and I was like, well, I know he did Kronos in Mexico and like Devil's Backbone, so that's it, And then I come to find out, no, his second film was this big Hollywood picture by Miramax, and it's like, well, wait, really?
His first one was which one again? You guys did
Kronos.
an episode? Okay.
Yeah.
He did an episode on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, he did Kronos in 93, and then in 97 he does Mimic, and it's like, that's a big upgrade. Cool.
It's a big upgrade. It's an opportunity. Obviously, at the time, it was an opportunity for him.
Oh no, it would still be an opportunity.
Yeah.
But I didn't know Mimic existed for the longest time until I was like, IMDb. Oh, okay, Mimic. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But going into the movie, I went in pretty much totally blind.
Oh, okay.
I knew the name, and I was like, oh, we're gonna do like doppelgangers. It'll be like Dead Ringers and Cronenberg. It'll be so cool.
Exactly. I think that's what I got watching it as a kid. I thought it was gonna be something completely different. I thought it was gonna be a who is the mimic kind of vibe. Can I trust them?
That was my thought too. And I was like, oh, huh? And it's not towards the end of the movie. Then you get, Mimic dropped in there. I'm like, oh, okay. We said the title word.
Right.
We finally said it.
We say the title word right around the beginning of the third act. Kind of late to do a title drop, but we'll take it. But yeah, I no knowledge of this movie going in.
Same.
Becky, nothing?
Nothing. I looked it up the other day to see where I could watch it. And I was like, oh, cool. Romy from Romy and Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Salieri. Norman Reedus. I was like, this is going to be awesome. And I was just like,
Brolin.
Josh Brolin's in
a
this.
young Josh Brolin.
Young Josh. Very weird role to see him in.
Yes.
Yes.
After seeing his career now and then just seeing him in this type of role, just the straight kind of guy.
Where he's almost
Hey, man,
like
see? Shit on the ceiling. And it's just like, what?
He's like the nervous, sarcastic sidekick, and I'm like, that's No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
That's Thanos.
Even then, that's Brad from Goonies.
Yes.
It's like put some respect on him.
It's so weird because everyone outside of the main characters is way more famous. Everyone else.
That's true.
Like, fuck, is that F. Murray Abraham? That's Norman Reedus. That's. Granted, I know Norman Reedus. This is his first movie.
Oh man, he didn't even look
You
like Norman
could tell
Reedus.
he is so young.
It looked like his younger brother. It looked like he could have played his younger brother.
He was the mimic.
Oh, he was the mimic.
It's true. This is before Daryl actually sets out to Georgia before Boondock Saints.
Yeah, Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints is a
good movie.
It's a good movie. I know some parts of it don't necessarily age well, but fuck, that's such a good like throw it on with the boys and have some beers. Like that's a great kind of that movie. But Mimic though.
Yes, back to Mimic.
So this is the second film of Del Toro miniseries. I'm curious. Are you a fan of Guillermo Del Toro? You like his works? Any thoughts on him?
I think my first like imprinted interaction of Guillermo Del Toro's work was Hellboy. Mm-hmm. And then later on to find out that he also did Blade 2. So I basically like his greatest hits. You know, I love Pacific Rim. I love Pan's Labyrinth. That one's just as good as well too. I also liked I love Frankenstein, his new one. Mm-hmm. That was such a beautiful movie. And then and just now I'm at the point where it's like I'll watch anything he's gonna put out. It's gonna slap. You know.
Oh yeah. I think he's reached that status as a director of. If Del Toro has a new movie coming out, just go see it in the theater. Yeah. It's gonna be good. Mm-hmm. Like even his misses were, to spoil things, I think Mimic is kind of a miss. There's still some stuff in it that I find kind of interesting. Yeah.
But I wonder how much of the studio impact that miss.
There's a lot of drama.
There's a lot of drama.
There's drama. This. The behind the scenes drama. I think the behind the scenes drama is actually more juicier than the movie. You know?
Honestly,
that's always the best,
right? I mean, kind of, yeah. Because I think the story for Del Toro, he gets because he started his own effects lab, right? And that's what he used to make Kronos. He got the funding through that, and then after Kronos, he was working with special effects, and he was having his own effects house. And the Weinsteins, they were like, "Hey, we liked Kronos. We think you're a visionary kind of director." And again, the 1990s, that was Miramax being like, they picked up
Scream.
They picked up Wes Craven's in Scream, but they also had like all the Tarantino works. They had all of Robert Rodriguez. Good Will Hunting was the Weinsteins.
They locked in
all of Kevin Smith's movies. Well, that's the thing. Also, Lord of the Rings. They were the ones who got Peter Jackson in, and they were the ones who insisted on making Lord of the Rings a trilogy instead of like one or two movies. Mm-hmm. So at the time, the Weinsteins were kind of the quote unquote kings of the indie directors. Yeah, they were the kings of Hollywood
at their time.
Yeah. At their time. You know, we can get into that stuff later, but don't worry about
another episode.
That's another episode entirely. But they bring Del Toro on, and Del Toro sees this as any director would. Oh my God, I get the keys to the castle.
Exactly.
I get to work in the fucking studios. I get to go to Hollywood. I'm going to be banging just money out of my mind.
And all it took was one movie.
Yeah. And in like 4 years, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Weinstein struck. So we'll just get into the plot of the movie, because what's on screen is a lot more of what the Weinsteins wanted, no matter which cut you look at.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what Del Toro wanted to do at the end, and we'll see if any of that shit got through. Because one of the first Weinstein-isms is how the movie starts. Any of you guys seen Seven, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you ever notice how the opening credits of every movie after Seven is just Seven again? Mm-hmm. Because I don't get the aesthetics of this movie, what it's trying to do. Is it trying to be a horror movie, a monster movie? Is it trying to be like this sci-fi thriller?
Is it trying to be Godzilla?
The opening felt like it was like you said, Seven, very detective-y as well too, very like, you know, suspenseful drama. Mm-hmm. That's the vibe you kind of get. Not sci-fi, not sci-fi thriller.
Is it supposed to be a sci-fi movie?
I don't even...
Because the whole plot of the movie is that this entomologist who's fucking... What is it? Dr. Susan.
Children apparently are like getting sick. There's like a disease carried by cockroaches or something like that.
It's like a plague that's going through that's carried by cockroaches, and she's like, "Oh, I've made the Judas bug."
Oh yeah, because mad scientist always works.
Always mad science, and they released the Judas bug. Great name for your bug. Into the sewers of New York to kill all the cockroaches. Which, good luck with that. By the way,
I want to see the Bug War. The Great Bug War of '93.
Well, that's an animated movie.
Oh, absolutely. That's the other thing. I like how this movie glosses over this world-stopping pandemic.
Right.
Glosses over it. That is 5 minutes of this fucking movie. Which I'm like, that's way more interesting than what we're getting here.
Yeah.
Because, okay, they kill the fucking cockroaches, and then we just flash to 3 years later.
Yeah.
We don't get any of the, You're a Nobel Prize winner. Here's the key to the city. Here's all this. She just goes back to working in a fucking museum. And we cut from 3 years later to this priest is getting chased. And we go straight into fucking Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Jason, and he gets murdered by what does the kid call him? The man with the funny shoes.
Oh yeah,
funny shoe man.
The funny shoe man. And this is where we're gonna introduce the other character. What is his name? Chewy. Okay, I know it's the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Is he supposed to be autistic? Is that what they're going for?
Yeah, probably
They
autistic. Asperger's.
labeled the father labeled him as special, right?
I don't know
because he doesn't go to school.
Is that his father or his grandfather?
That's his father.
That's his dad.
Yeah, it's the 90s. Yeah, that's his
that's
father.
what they look like.
That's what everyone assumed. Yeah, like the age gap between son and father.
Yeah, it'll be like 70 years. Right. It'll be fine, you know. But you know, the plot of this movie just gets after that is very. It's a horror movie. It's a slasher movie. It's a monster movie after that. Like, I'm going to be real with you guys. I had to watch the movie like 3 or 4 times to make any imprint on this fucking movie. And the plot's not very good. So
I don't remember a lot from the theatrical cut. Do they bring in the plot line of the 2 main characters trying to have a baby?
That is completely out of the movie.
That's what I thought.
From my understanding, it is completely out of the theatrical cut, so that's gone. The difference between the theatrical and the director's cut is like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Like,
so what? So I'm trying to think what. So I think the only thing of the difference is just like the vibe of the ending, right?
The ending's very different because the ending, they have the bug. We should probably tell everybody. So what is going on is that these Judas bugs eventually digivolve into giant killer bug people
that wear trench coats.
That wear trench coats, or their wings look like trench coats because they're blending into society.
Yes.
And they are now hunting people instead of cockroaches.
I love the explanation on why they are so big. And they just give you the Jurassic Park explanation because evolution finds a way.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. This movie feels like it's cribbing notes from Jurassic Park, from Seven, from like Scream. It's in Aliens. It's cribbing notes from all these other movies, and each scene I'm like, I could be watching a much better movie than this.
Did Matthew Broderick's Godzilla come out before this or after this?
Should be. Before, is it 96 or 98?
Ooh, yeah, I think
it's real close.
I want to say 96 because the CGI is still early, but it's not great.
Yeah,
because it felt like we were watching Godzilla. A little bit.
I feel like 98.
Yeah,
Godzilla came out in 98.
Yeah, because around this part of the movie, that's when we start getting like the CGI of all the fancy bugs. When the kids bring Dr. Susan the bugs, which. Yeah. Good hustle where you can get it, kids.
Hey,
you'll make more money selling drugs, but hey.
It seemed like a safe hustle at the time.
And we get to see what these little Judas bugs finally look like.
Or evolve into.
Digivolve into. And they look kind of bad. Just bad. I'm sorry. There's not a lot to talk about this movie. Yeah. It's just kind of bad.
Visual effects is just kind of weird. And then even I heard even Del Toro was arguing of how even the creatures should look like. Apparently the Weinsteins wanted cockroach-like creatures, and then Del Toro was like, no, I want them to look more beetle-esque because that's the shape I'm kind of looking for that I can work with and stuff. They go, no, they need to be like cockroaches are ugly. Nobody likes a cockroach, and that's like the craze. I was like, oh man.
That is the level of pettiness they were fighting between.
It's like, guys, if we could only jump into the future and see what kind of creatures that Del Toro is going to create, just trust the vision.
Just let him cook.
Because I did like the silhouette that he would use. It would be a shape
creepy.
of a man.
Yeah.
And I was like, throughout the movie, I'm like, okay, if I remembered, he did that a little bit not throughout the movie, but a little bit more in the movie where you see him on the streets in the beginning, and then you kind of see the same creature again in the subway with I'm gonna call her Romy.
Yeah.
I'm calling her Dr. Romy.
Yeah, Dr. Romy. Basically,
I might be. What the fuck is that referring to?
Oh yeah, because
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. We were supposed to go see that at the Frida, but that's when I got the sinus infection and we missed out.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great movie.
The actress of this movie.
Yeah.
That's what she's famously known for.
Okay, Maria Shriver.
Yeah,
her name?
She was at a convention that we went to, and she ended up, I guess, getting another like gig, and she couldn't be there that day. And I was just like, no. And I'm like, why is she here? But now, Mimic.
Oh yeah.
I was just like,
which I didn't know. I did a little more research on this movie. Apparently, Weinstein did want to get rid of Del Toro.
Yeah,
but she was dating Tarantino at the time.
And she insisted on keeping Del Toro around because.
Thank you, Dr. Romy.
Yes.
Okay, I think Del Toro would look back and be like, "You could have just let me go. Like I was so okay going away. It would have been fine.
It would have been fine. I would have been fine.
I would have been chilling.
Yeah.
Because, again, every single scene of this feels like compromise is a good word.
Yeah.
Because, again, all the spooky stuff that's happening feels like it's not like a Del Toro movie, right?
No.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's why he goes back to like the subway in Hellboy, being like, okay, here's my retake on the subway scene. We're gonna do this like better, right? I really don't have anything good to say about this movie. I'm being honest.
Overall, I mean, it's not a great movie. It's not a memorable movie, unfortunately. For being part of his early work, it sucks.
There's no inspiration to it, really.
It doesn't feel Del Toro.
Yeah, I think if the takeaway is that you see the movie. This is a movie where you take all the tools away from Del Toro, and you're left with the result.
If you try to push Del Toro into being a journeyman director, what this would look like, which actually that's an interesting question. So. I guess watching Mimic, knowing that this is what Del Toro's like when he can't lean on his visual style, his artistic proclivities, and he's just locked down on being a studio filmmaker. He can control what the camera's pointing at and just how the actors are delivering their lines.
Yeah.
Is his direction still strong enough to come through? Are the performances still good enough? Is there enough like good compositions to make the movie interesting enough?
I don't think so, because even in his director's cut in this one, it's not even better.
It's just different.
You just get a different vibe. You just get the feeling of what he was trying to do and stuff like that. I do like that he added this subplot of the two main characters trying to have a baby, and then that makes why her husband does the decisions that he does. Just puts her in the elevator and has her go up there and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
I look at it as of like this. Look, this is what you get when you take away all his creative fun, and he's just basically studio pleasing at the point. And then it shows you like, oh, this is what the studio wanted. This is it.
Because the Weinsteins just wanted this to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know what Del Toro. I don't know what they pitched Del Toro to where he would sign up for this, and he was like, "Oh, this isn't a horror movie." How do you see the mutant sewer bugs movie and not think monster movie, horror movie, in and out in 3 weeks? Yeah, it'll be fine. Because the Weinsteins insisted on reshooting. I think Del Toro said like 40% of the movie, like most of the movie's second unit.
That's a lot.
And they tried to make it scarier, but I didn't find any of the movie scary at all. I can't imagine. So, Rene, since you watched this as a small child, when you were more susceptible to being scared, did any part of this movie stand out as being scary to you?
I think the only eerie parts was when they showed the facial structure of a human from the bug. I think that was the only thing eerie that kind of stuck with me, was just like the silhouette, and then when you see it in the light, the shadowing of it and stuff like that. I think what made it was creepy was the way that Del Toro shot those scenes. And you could tell though he shot it the way he tried to do it and stuff. So I think that's what stuck with me, was just that part. that whole like reveal of like, oh yeah, it mimics us.
Oh, when they do the Polaroids and bring them together. That's the only part of the movie that's actually even mildly interesting, just because the creature design is actually mildly interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant cockroach that's like, or I guess not, sorry, giant beetle. I respect Del Toro's vision.
That has lungs.
Oh
yeah.
You know, that's why it's able to grow so big. But yeah, it's a giant bug that's able to like look enough like people, so I guess if you're not looking at it hard, you can get mistaken for it being a person, so it can prey on people.
Yeah.
And it's New York. It's a busy city. People are just,
smart,
moving fast. They're not paying attention to the big dude in the trench coat.
Right.
Is it a trench coat?
Is it a trench coat at all? Do you guys have anything to talk about with that? Like, I'm not gonna lie, like we could go through the plot of the movie because it's not a very plotty movie. It's pretty quick.
Well, one thing that kind of confused me was Dr. Romy gets stung by the big Judas bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
with by her hand.
Yeah, and I'm just like, Dr. Romy, don't touch it. And then she gets stung. I'm like, well, I'm trying to tell you, don't touch the bug. But then it's like she
do that.
No way, please come back.
We don't know what that is. But then, we get to the whole pregnancy thing, and I'm like, are they going to spin it where, they like impregnated her?
Oh, like The Fly too?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, are we going to do something like that where she takes the test and it's negative and then magically it's positive? I'm like, are we doing something like that? And I was like, no, it just ends. I was just like, oh, it's just a regular baby? Like, oh, okay, that's not scary.
No little antennas.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, are we going to get that
No
where
wings?
it's just, she's in danger? I'm like,
Are we getting like fly?
exactly.
Are we going fly on this?
Alien just, bursts out of her chest.
That would make this movie interesting. This movie's just not interesting.
It's weird.
I think what another thing is that also in the movie, you just kind of like zone in and out of it when you're watching it and stuff. Like when they get to the subway, there are some interesting parts. Like when they get trapped in it and they're talking about it. But then when they leave the subway cart, you're like, oh, okay. And then you forget they're also looking for the kid. I'm forgetting about the kid in the movie.
The kid Chewie, right? Because there's a whole separate plot to this, right? Because there's the A plot, and that's Dr. Susan and her and Dr. Peter, and they're trying to find the bug, solve it. They know it's in the subway. They're going down, and then it's aliens, right? They're gonna hunt down the bugs,
and we're gonna tell nobody.
And they're gonna tell nobody because
the world will never know.
The world will never know that we fucked up and created genetic Superman, down in the sewers.
Atomic Superman.
And the other one is Chewie, who is, a kid who gets abducted by this bug creature after we just see the bug creature kill two kids. Just murk two of them.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And
it was so bad.
And his dad then is like, oh, I need to find him. And he goes down into the sewers to find Chewie. Chewie and the whole team of like scientists to kill the bugs don't know each other exist, right? I don't think they have any interaction with each other except...
No, Dr. Romy meets Chewie.
Oh, in the subway.
Yeah, in the subway.
Is that their only interaction?
That's the only time they ever meet.
Yeah, and she sees him mimicking the sounds of people walking.
And then for a second, I thought they were like neighbors, but no, I was like, oh no, these characters never met.
I don't even think she knows his name.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, she's like, I guess you're mine now. And kind of like pseudo adopts him into the family.
So at the end of the movie, it's funny.
I will name you Eduardo.
That's
What's wrong with Chewie?
I thought it was funny when they at the end of the movie, in my mind, when he goes, oh yeah, we're having a baby. And then it goes down to the kid. I'm like, what? First of all, why are we going down to the kid? And then I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, is the kid thinking he's baby now? He's like, yes.
Is this me?
I'm baby.
That's
like,
what I was waiting for the camera to do. I'm baby now.
I'm baby now.
No. And then his face opens up and it turns out he's the mimic. He's the bug.
Or something like that. I was expecting, honestly, the kid to be the I thought it was going to be like an actual mimic person. Like it could change into a person. So I thought, we don't know.
I thought it was a
the
doppelganger.
King. Like, who's the male? Who's the male? And I thought it was going to be like, oh, is it one of them? Are we doing it like that?
It's Charles C. Dutton. He's the cop, the Metro cop. He's the male.
I felt so bad for the Metro cop.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Legion?
Oh, yes.
With Paul Bettany? Mm-hmm. It's like this dude never, gets to survive the movie. No. He's always killed off.
He always plays a cop, too. That's
yeah.
another thing. He always plays the cop, or he always plays the cook.
And he's a veteran, but he had a cool, claw hand.
Oh, he did.
And Legion.
Really cool.
That's a great movie. I love Legion.
I just remembered. I just saw him on an episode of Malcolm in the Middle. He was the sheriff in the traffic jam episode, yelling at Lois, be like, it will leave when it needs to leave. You can't yell at it, And I was like, oh. I just saw him. I was like, cool.
I know you.
I just saw you're famous in my eyes, man.
Absolute Chad over here.
Right.
It is also a thing where he is. I don't know why he is like letting Dr. Peter and Josh Brolin be like, yeah, you know what, you guys, we're just gonna go down to this abandoned subway that's also this giant, beautiful Art Deco metroplex underneath the city.
Well, that's why, because he's usually roaming around on the platforms, and this is like. We actually get to see some cool shit today. And then it's like, maybe I should have called out sick today because this is just, it's not where it's at.
And then they say, oh, yeah, you're pulling overtime or something like that. They pulled a slip like, oh, yeah, you're making overtime on this job.
Josh Brolin's like, here, take the money.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
If you die, you die.
Oh, he never got that money, though.
Never did.
Neither did Josh Brolin.
No, he didn't.
Again, the whole fact that Josh Brolin's in this movie is so fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting back, I'm like, put this movie on. I get about 10 minutes in, I fall asleep, and then I turn it on a second time, and this time I see Josh Brolin. And I'm like, what the fuck is he doing in this movie? Also, why is he not the main character?
Yeah.
Also, why...
He would be the doctor, like the doctor or the doctor's husband. Like
2 years after this movie gets made, he would be the doctor. He would be Dr. Peter. Like, no joke in my mind.
Instead of, I got shit buttons.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
And then he's like... When it's like, hey, go back and find help, and he's like, can't I just like stay here to help you? I don't know where to go. I'm like, wait, Josh Brolin's playing the coward in this movie?
Oh yeah. When he's like, oh yeah, I don't know my way back. I'm like, yes, you do. You're Josh Brolin.
Like, you absolutely do. I saw you what you did with that money in the desert.
Right?
And then F. Murray Abraham's in this movie.
Oh, I know, yeah.
That was wild. I was like, Salieri's in this movie? He's Mr. Bugs.
He is Mr. Bugs. And
he's like, I told you this was going to happen with your Frankenstein bugs. I'm like, we got it. Another Frankenstein reference. Okay.
He is the only notable actor that doesn't die in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone else dies in this movie. Because once they get down into the subway, it's aliens. Like, they're going around in the dark, and these things are just, like, picking them off one by one. They're getting separated.
I wouldn't be mad if it leaned into an alien direction. I wouldn't be mad at that for the movie. But again, I think Del Toro didn't want to do that.
I was waiting for them to be like, wait, they're coming in down the subway tunnel. Wait a minute, guys, I have an idea. I just happened to find all these Molotov cocktails and old Tommy guns from back in the 30s.
Right?
I wanted to see Dr. Romy get behind a subway car and be like, get away from him, you bitch, and just run through all the bugs.
I know Del Toro has more artistic integrity than that, but... What if he didn't? Just a little bit.
What if he leaned into his movie kind of like, it's a film, it's a film.
And it's like, this ain't a film, it's a moving picture, kid.
Yeah.
We're going to blast them.
Right.
Because they do the whole thing. They get trapped down in the subway. It's a fight for survival. And it's like every other one of these monster movies they've made back then. And eventually...
They didn't even show the making of the monster.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They didn't show her, creating the Judas bug.
No.
And then having F.W. Murray be like, hey, this is a bad idea. You shouldn't do this.
It was basically she saw... It was in the beginning, yeah. It started out with her seeing all the sick kids. And then she's in the sewer. And then... Oh, no, she goes into the sewer to research, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And then she's just like, oh, I made the bugs. Here they are.
Yep.
In her little cup, she's like, I've got this bug. It's going to save humanity.
And that's actually a weird structural thing with the movie, because in every other movie like this, where man is playing in God's domain, you have the scene where, hey, I know this is for the betterment of mankind, but like, you ever think it could get worse?
Yeah.
You ever thought of that?
Yeah.
And that's the F. Murray Abraham thing. And doesn't he have a thing where he says, I told you this all those years ago, and it's like no one talks like this. No. He would just like, fucking told you so.
That's why I said, he dropped the, I told you shouldn't have been playing Frankenstein with your bugs. And it's just like, okay, we got the drop.
But Frankenstein drop, yeah.
But we needed, we needed build up, of her in the lab.
We definitely need a character basically doing, I told you so.
Even silhouettes of just the two of them fighting. Don't do this. Don't do this. You're gonna ruin humanity. Something.
I am going to be saving humanity.
Exactly.
Do you want these children to die? I don't, but I also don't want humanity to die, you bitch. And then slaps her, and then she comes back, and there's like a whole fight, and then they get into mech suits.
She throws his harpsichord out the window.
He'd be so mad. So mad. And then she starts laughing. I'm like, oh. Just like in Amadeus. And then he's like, I've made other movies since then.
Then it would be,
I've made other films.
She would be Dr. Amadeus.
Man, we're really going off the rails on this one.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything you would like to say about Mimic? Anything you really liked? Anything jumping out at you? You know, because we can kind of shit on it.
We could.
Because we kind of have just been shitting on it. You know?
Well, I mean, it's for reasons.
Yeah, it's not like we're being rude to the movie just to be rude to it, but it's just
the people that want. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's funny just to see the people that were so adamant about the theatrical cut of this film, know, and seeing how bad it came out. It's like kind of you could kind of shit on it a little bit. Yeah,
the Weinsteins kind of did this to themselves a little bit, because I'm so curious, because the Weinsteins wanted a straight horror film. Yeah. They wanted a monster movie, and they hired Del Toro onto this probably because...
And then told him, you're not allowed to do anything.
Wait, all that stuff we saw you do in Kronos, we liked it, but not in this one.
Kronos was awesome.
Where you really humanize the monster, and you really make these normal people have a lot of depth and complexity, and we don't want any of that. Yeah. None of it. I'm curious, what do you think drew Del Toro to this movie? That's a better question, because
it's a stepping stone.
Do you think it was just a career decision?
You could tell that the premise is very much like him. Mm-hmm. This is a very much a Del Toro premise. You could tell.
You think so?
I think so. I think in his early on stuff, I think this is something that he would possibly choose to go towards, because he very much liked, scary stories in general.
Yeah.
And he even did scary stories and Some to Tell You that.
Yeah. He produced that one.
He produced that one. So, and I think he also enjoyed early on, what is it? Twilight Zone and stuff like that. So he likes spooky stories, creepy, eerie stories in general. This had a very eerie kind of vibe. You can try to tell it was going to be.
And he probably would have made the bugs like this misunderstood hero.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Like they're just here to survive.
They're surviving. You created us, but really we've been doing the work to keep you guys from, basically melting down.
The white scenes are like, that's too much thought, too much thinking.
Do you think that's something that he was trying to get by? Because now I'm realizing, in the context of the movie, the bugs are like, you created us, and now we're just doing what any other creature living. Does. Yeah. We're living. Mm-hmm. So what? We now want to eat you.
He does that in Hellboy. He does that with Hellboy, with the monsters and stuff, especially in Hellboy 2, where it's the whole aspect of humans and monsters, and the monsters have been here for a little while now. The humans are kind of very much of this is our world, and stuff. No, but we can coexist, but you guys reject us because we look different and stuff like that. So I feel like Del Toro could have gone that direction of what Becky was talking about. It's very plausible.
Possibly.
And then Dr. Romy leaves her doctor husband for the lead bug.
Yes, then we get Shape of Water kind of vibes.
She loves bugs, so it'd be like
Frankenstein.
Exactly. I've never been understood until now.
and the bug creature's like, and she's like, you say my name so beautifully. Yes.
It would be Beauty and the Beast in the sewers.
But bugs.
Yes.
He's also very romantic like that as well too.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. Is it just the premise alone probably attracted him to the project? But I can't imagine he gets through the script or the draft of this and says, this is what we're here for.
I don't think this was his final draft of the film. I think he very much had to cut out a lot of scenes, and when it came to filming certain scenes that they agreed upon for him, they're like, it's just too long. It's just too long, or it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's like you
what
don't
do you mean empathy?
Yeah,
you don't know what sells to the kids now, Del Toro. All right, listen to really old and out of touch producer man. Okay,
yeah. I made over like $1 billion in movies.
$1 billion in movies.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And again, I guess it's the truth. Like, the more interesting thing about this movie is the behind the scenes of it.
The drama.
It's the drama behind it, because after this movie, he refused to work with the Miramax and the Weinsteins ever again. And I believe James Cameron famously tried to slug Harvey Weinstein in the face at the Oscars over this movie.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, because Del Toro and James Cameron are like super best friends. I guess after he made Kronos, James Cameron's like, come up to Hollywood. You can live in my guest house. We'll watch anime. It'll be fun.
He also helped him when his his dad was abducted.
Yes, which happened the same year as this movie's release.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if his father's kidnapping affected this film at all. I don't believe so, because I think he's kidnapped in 97, and how movies work, this is probably filmed in 96.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine it could have helped. But yeah, I guess Del Toro told Cameron about how the Weinsteins were treating him, and James Cameron's like, well, I'm Jimmy fucking Cameron. I'm gonna thug up on his ass.
Yeah.
He's like, I just won 12 or 11 Oscars for Titanic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's your movie, so you should know.
He won
At
a lot
the time,
of Oscars.
That was big dick energy. Yeah.
So, it was at that Oscars. He walks off stage with Best Picture from Titanic, and then walks over and tries to beat Harvey Weinstein with his Oscar, and then they had to take him away. And I'm like, that is the most thug move in Hollywood history.
Hey, Harvey,
awesome.
watch out for this iceberg.
Yeah. It's awesome.
It's great. It's great. But yeah, Mimic is just this titan of entertainment. This beautiful film. But it also had sequels. It had two sequels.
It did?
Shocking.
It had
straight to video.
two direct-to-video sequels, right? From a movie that's budget was $30 million. Del Toro, coming off of Kronos, a sweet $2 million film. Now he has $30 million to play with. Great. And he makes a beautiful $25.5 million. Total flop, total bomb, but the Weinsteins felt that this had juice, so they made two fucking sequels to this. Did this need sequels?
No.
Was there any... Okay, I know no because the movie's bad, but also was there anything here that gave room for sequels? Was there anything here where you're like, oh, we need to know what happens when the bugs leave Manhattan? We need to know how Chewie grows up and becomes a baseball star in college. Like, is there anything here?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the video rentals. Maybe they thought maybe we could make money on it, because because I used to work at a video store, and I remember the box for Mimic. It mirrored Phantoms.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're unlocking some shit for me. I watched Phantoms like a month ago.
Yeah.
And just because it was something that was on Tubi.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tubi. Sponsor us. Let us know.
Please.
Give us more access to free movies.
And watching Phantoms, I'm like, this movie is the most boring, dull, like film I could possibly imagine that has oddly famous people in it for some God knows reason.
Yeah.
Like, I think Rose McGowan and Ben Affleck are in that movie for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
And then when I was looking for Mimic, I was like, why is the fucking Phantoms poster saying Mimic on it? It's the same fucking poster.
I remember it's the exact same thing. It's a cut and copy paste.
Yeah. But Phantoms.
I think,
great movie, pinnacle of cinema.
But that's what I'm saying is that I think Mimic probably made more money after its theater released, or probably still kept making money because of just the box art alone, or maybe just like people
the rental market.
The rental market, I remember, like I said, working at a video store, you just see people just looking around for hours or minutes
For anything
that catches your eye, and a box art like Mimic that mimics Phantoms,
that's the meta to it all.
Right? Yeah. It just it looks like Christmas Vacation, but it says Mimic. It's like, it just mirrors whatever your favorite movie is. Like,
that's something to be said for video stores and like that era of just movie watching. Because what is it? Video stores basically fade out in what, like 06, 07, something like that.
Right before 2010 or 11.
That's when they're like gone for good, right? I know they're on their way out at the end of like the aughts, but this was kind of still at that like real good era where
this is peak Video store.
Where if you can just get something on the shelves at a Blockbuster, you're pretty much guaranteed to get your money back, right?
Or we're already getting a stack of movies. Yeah, go ahead and throw this one into the pile. We'll watch it this weekend.
Yeah, because I mean, what is it? I remember the video store era, but I don't know, just let you know, Rene, that you're old. I remember that as a child. I was never old enough to work in a video store. But I can't imagine working there and just seeing all these shitty horror movies people are renting out. Like, you know, like all the trauma movies basically made their money on the fact that they could just run in any fucking mom and pop video store. But you know, Mimic. It's a wonderful film.
And don't let him age shame you. He got his ass whooped in a video store because he was behaving really badly.
Oh, I was. Yeah.
What'd you do? What kind of?
He kicked his mom.
I wanted Tremors too. I
did it.
I
do it again.
It was me, Austin.
We were talking about this on Christmas, and I was just like, oh my God, this is more unhinged than, you know, him. Yeah, you know, I had a little fit, and my mom, you know, beat the shit out of me at the video store, and she grounded me and, you know, wouldn't let me go for a few weeks. And then I got the full story. I'm like, oh my God, you needed an exorcism.
So, on definition on Pete ass. Now, I'm a Hispanic man.
Oh no, I'm gonna stop you right there. My mom's family's from the South.
Yeah.
Right?
So what was a public ass beating for you, Dean?
Public? No, she was like, no, we're going to the car. I don't want anyone to see this. Yeah. So I'm laying the scene out. It's a beautiful August day. It's the 90s. I'm like 4 or 5. I don't even think I'm in school yet. I'm young, right?
Okay, yeah.
And my mom is dragging me and my sister, and my sister's like 9 years older than me, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to watch that movie. That movie being Tremors 2. I remember the movie because I'm like, that looks fucking cool. And my mom's like,
that one's Back to Perfection or no?
No, Back to Perfection's 4.
4. Okay.
It's Tremors 2 Aftershock, Tremors 3. No, Tremors 3 is Back to Perfection.
Okay, that's
and
what
Tremors 4 is the beginning. And then we get to the rest of them, which we'll
Jamie Kennedy.
We'll get to those in the podcast.
Well,
yes, but I'm like, I want to watch that, and my mom's like, no, Dean, you're too young because I'm fucking like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and then I throw a bitchy tantrum. I'm like, oh, and she's like, Dean, get the fuck off the floor. And I was like, no. And then I upkicked her in the shins, and she's like, oh no, boy, you done fucked up. And then she picks me up. Not like by the shirt, like by my hair, and drags me out.
Oh, she like essentially grabbed you.
Took me in the car and made my sister like stand there and watch us. She just beats the shit out.
Keep lookout.
Oh yeah, she threw me in the car. Said I wasn't.
Just bang on the door if you see a patrol car.
Right.
I wasn't allowed to go to Blockbuster for like months.
Or Hollywood.
No, it was Blockbuster. That's why we had to go to Hollywood Video, because I got banned from Blockbuster.
Okay. I thought it was both.
No, I got banned from Blockbuster for throwing a tantrum and causing a scene. And then my sister was pissed because she had us wait in the car with me every time we went to Blockbuster. And my sister was like, now we have to only watch mom's movies. Thanks for ruining it for me. And
can't pick out what you want.
Can't pick out what I want, all because of Tremors 2.
And Randy was a baby, so he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Tremors.
It was just you that were, you know.
I wanted to be noticed. Tremors 2 was so good, I was willing to do time for that movie. Yeah. All right? That movie is slaps.
And you made your sister do time.
She
couldn't go into Blockbuster and look around and enjoy the sights and the sounds.
Couldn't even get a snack.
Couldn't pick a movie, movie.
None. Zero. She had to put up with whatever my mom got her.
And she remembered it too. She was like, I'm still salty about it.
So mad about it. I was over here being like, I'm fine. No, the best part of this whole thing. Because my mom finishes whooping my ass, and then I look back and I said, that didn't even hurt. And then she's like, again, she was like, oh, really? And then she did it again. And this time she put some stank on that shit. It was bad. And so I just,
Oh, yeah, you shut up after that.
I shut the fuck up after that. Yeah.
So the moral of the story is Dean was exercised in the parking lot of a Blockbuster.
No, the moral of the story is don't tell your mom that shit didn't hurt, because then she'll play for keeps.
Well, also don't kick your mom.
Don't kick your mom.
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
You got to be ready to make that run for it. I was not fast enough. I shouldn't have done it on the ground. That was bad. that, you know?
Homie, she picked you up by the hair.
Oh yeah, I was dead. It was over.
Picked you up like you were just a puppy. It's just like, come in, get in here. Like,
so any of you guys have any fun tantrum stories at Blockbuster?
I behaved when I went to Blockbuster. Okay.
Yeah, no, it was like me and my dad just knew what to do when we went to Hollywood Video or Blockbuster. We just went looking. He would go towards like sci-fi and maybe Western. I would do horror and comedy.
Yep.
So I would just look at the box art and I think.
You look for a copy of The Pest,
yes,
obviously.
The Pest, yeah.
And that's how I first watched Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
Oh God, Sleepaway Camp is one of the slasher movies that I've seen like twice, and each time when it gets to the ending, I'm like, that is just some dude in a Halloween mask getting his dicks out. That's weird. That's a weird ending.
I am so happy I saw that movie before the age of the internet. That's the thing, because I was like, because when the internet came out and then they got whiff of Sleepaway Camp, everyone's like, oh, it's a twist within a twist the movie. And I'm like, guys, I mean, like I've seen this years ago, but it was okay movie, but it was
it's pretty mid if we're being honest.
Right? Here. Like the acting was mid, and then they're like, it's beautiful cinema. And I'm like, Gen Zs just don't have any range. Then
I'm honestly curious. Like, there's so many of those movies where it feels like they got reclaimed by the internet.
Yeah,
Mimic's not going to be one of those. That's not going to happen. No. But oh God, what was it? I know Mazes and Monsters got reclaimed by the internet. It was like so bad it's good, but because it's a really schlocky like Dungeons and Dragons movie that stars Tom Hanks. It's like his first movie. Yeah. You see that whiplash? That's how I felt when I was like, Mazes and Monsters. That's a far out game.
Yeah.
And I turn it on. I'm like, that's Tom fucking Hanks.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And he's goes crazy playing Dungeons and Dragons because it's Satan's game and tries to jump off the World Trade Center. By the way, yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, what, the World Trade Center?
No,
that's kind of a big deal.
No.
You shouldn't forget.
That movie. That's why I'm just like, dang.
Yeah. But yeah, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about Mimic, or you want to just close out on this one? Did it need 2 sequels?
No.
I don't even know what the premises would be in the sequels.
Again, if the thing had impregnated her, then we jump into this this new race of creatures, and the bug people are trying to stamp out the human people.
Unless it's just a rehash of itself again.
I don't
Twice.
know. That happens kind of a lot in these horror movies.
Or she goes to live down in the train station.
Oh.
She becomes king of the mole peoples.
She becomes the Mimic.
Actually. Wait, isn't there another movie that looks exactly like this and it's called Species?
Yes.
Which is the movie we're talking about?
We were talking about that last time, and I said I would always confuse it because the box art it's black and green.
It's the same box.
It's the same box. It's just like, and then that's what I thought it was like Species, because I was like, oh, it's a creature that turns into a human. I thought that was going to be it at the end of the day, but no, it's just like, oh, in the shadow it looks like a human.
Yeah. Exactly.
So after watching Mimic, would you be excited if you're an audience member in 1997, you saw Kronos, you're like, this fucking Del Toro guy's got it, and you see Mimic, would you be excited for his next film? Would you be invested, or would you be like, okay, this guy was only like a one and done filmmaker here?
I feel the same way how I do about Jordan Peele's Us after Get Out. It's like,
Get Out was real good.
It was real good.
It was real good.
Real good. And then following up to Us, it was like, I see what you were trying to do, but next time just kind of just go with like generally what people like. I get it. He was trying to do like Ansel Central with it and stuff, but that's how I feel.
Us was a swing and a miss.
Yeah. It's just like, I see your premise, but the execution wasn't good.
Mimic is almost in the thing of like, he didn't even have a chance to swing. He was told to go at bat and just like take the walk.
Yeah.
Right. And as a walk, it's not even a very good walk. Like I guess my thing is like, I wouldn't recommend this movie. I think that's pretty apparent, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things like, it's not his best early ones. You just he didn't have all swings or all hits.
It doesn't even feel like him.
No.
It feels like anyone was behind that camera, just like, it's the 90s, do that. We like bugs and.
I'm gonna say this in the most loving way possible. This feels like a late John Carpenter film, and I mean like when John Carpenter was kind of like fed up and done with Hollywood and was like just wanted to just make 1 or 2 more movies for the money and cash
made
out.
for TV.
Yeah. No. I don't know if this would be a made for TV.
That's the vibe it gives, where it's just like I don't really know who the people are in the movie.
That's true.
You haven't really established, the characters, so it's like, so if they survive or die, I really don't care. It's something I'd watch like on a Saturday afternoon.
When it's on the AMC horror marathon, you're like, well, I mean, it's on between Friday the 13th and fucking Alien. I guess I'll watch it. Keep the marathon going. Actually, made for TV vibe. That's a good way to put it. Yeah,
pretty basically, or just
Sci-Fi Channel.
I was just gonna say Sci-Fi Channel with the SY and FY.
Yes, not sci-fi. Sci-fi Channel.
Sci-fi.
Why do they rebrand? Why?
They were doing so good before.
Yeah, I guess I probably should mention at the beginning, but it might feel like that because I guess originally this was supposed to be like 30 minutes short. It was supposed to be a part of an anthology.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because this, it was like 3 Miramax films. This one and like another one got expanded into like features, and then the other one just never got made. But this was supposed to be a 30-minute short film, and then they expanded it into a full feature. And I'm wondering if Del Toro got called in when it was a short and got bullied into it being a feature.
Oh,
that could have happened.
That might, because I'm not lying. I tried to look into all the production, how this movie came around. I tried to do my fucking level best on the research, and no one wants to talk about this movie. You know what?
He does have a co-writer too, right? That could have been a studio signed in, like help him with the movie.
Or it's like, hey, we're going to make this into a full feature, and we're going to have this other guy do the next 60 pages of script for you, right? But Mimic is...
It sounds very likely, too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because I can imagine him being brought in as like, okay, you made one indie movie for not a lot of money. We're going to test you out as like a studio director on like this smaller thing. That doesn't sound out of the realm of possibility. And then they're like, well, Mimic, we can make it a horror movie. And it just doesn't work, and they kind of bully him into it because it sounds like the Weinsteins. I've heard the Weinsteins were kind of bullies in their day. Yeah, I've heard
early on.
I don't see it.
Full with themselves. I believe it.
Yeah.
After all those Oscars,
and then whine and cry when they don't get their way.
And then just threaten to be like, you're gonna be blacklisted. You're not gonna have a job ever again.
You never work in this town again.
Not gonna work in this town again unless you know what to do, kid.
See, I'm not the only one who does the fake smoking thing when he does the movie vocal voice. All right, it's not just me. Mimic is just not a good one. After this, if I only knew Del Toro for these 2 movies, I'd be pretty good to kind of like, all right, let's sign off that director. Not to be rude, but his next film is one where he leaves Hollywood and goes back to Mexico. It's the Devil's Backbone.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
I know. Don't worry. This movie is just a thrill ride.
I know. Yes.
Mimic is a thrill ride. I'm already. Becky, I'm already prepared. This is going to be the worst episode of the year. or sorry, not the worst episode, the worst movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
Spin off Mimic 2 and Mimic 3 reviews now.
We're gonna bring Rene and be like, okay, I need you to give me a beat by beat plot synopsis of Mimic for $1,000, and we're gonna do it on the last episode of the year, right?
We'll come back for Mimic 2, Mimic 3, and be like, wow, these are actually pretty good.
Right?
More entertaining.
I see why they did 3 now.
I'm now curious. I'm like, could you imagine?
I'm just gonna go home and watch the trailers when I get home and see.
You're gonna go home. You're gonna watch Mimic 2, and you're gonna be like, low-key, this kind of slaps.
Yeah.
Is it who did this? Fucking Jordan Peele. What the
right? Jordan Peele.
that would be a fucking hilarious. You find out that like Bradley Cooper's first directed film was like Mimic 2 or something. But yeah, his next movie is
the Russo brothers.
Who are these? Who's this guy? Peter Jackson? Yeah, I get it. But yeah, his next movie is the Devil's Backbone. Have you ever seen Devil's Backbone?
No, actually.
No.
Who stars in that one? Actually, do you guys know? Or
Yeah, but
no idea. I've never seen it. Never heard of it.
That's the thing about
blind.
that's the thing about Del Toro.
Yeah.
All of his, I'm like you. His mainstream, his Hollywood stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. But his early stuff, where he's still kind of finding himself as a director, that stuff's a huge blind spot for me. That's kind of why we want to do the series.
Yeah.
And I've now learned that he does not play well in the studio system. And I'm now curious how that's going to evolve, because there's a period in the 2000s where he kind of becomes like the king of those like dark fantasy action films. You know, with like Blade 2, Hellboy. He eventually ends up doing like Pacific Rim.
Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak. Well, I guess that's not an action film, but he does start working in the studio system, becomes like a studio guy.
And it's interesting, too, that he starts picking up like, oh, yeah, if I've worked with you in the past, I'm going to put you in my next project. He starts doing that Del Toro, which is interesting. I love to see Ron Perlman pop in one of his movies once in a while.
That was so weird with Kronos.
Yeah.
It was like, Ron Perlman's in Kronos?
Well, think about it. Norman Reedus is in
Reedus,
this. He shows up again in Blade 2. Coincidence? I think not. But if anybody out there wanted to listen to our next episode, where can they go?
If you want to listen to our next episode or this episode or previous episodes, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and the world of YouTube.
That's right. You can go to our YouTube channel, The Film Vault. That's The Film Vault on YouTube, where you can like, comment, and subscribe to these video episodes. You can see us in all of our glory on the big screen, and
or on your phone.
You know, watch your podcasts on your phone. They're fun. And you could also find out what else we're doing at our social medias at
the Film Club Podcast on Instagram, where we post upcoming episodes, guests that are going to be joining us, and random adventures we go on.
And Rene, would you like to plug anything?
Yes, you guys can find my podcast on YouTube. It is called Keeping Up with the Nerds. You can also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon as well, too.
Also for your Joe Rogan guest spot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's coming up soon, right?
That's coming up soon, yes. We're preparing for him.
Right. I'm just saying. Rogan might hear this and be like, you know, that Rene guy, I like him. Video stars, we can get on this. But with that,
we'll see you next week at the Film Club.
Have a good week, everybody.